Continuing the discussion on chapter 8 of Bhagavad Gita. Last week we read Yoga Mishra Bhakti section and bit of pure devotional service. So we'll just quickly revise the pure devotional service section. So 8:14, one of the very famous verses. Ananyacheta satatam yo mam ismati nityashah tasyaham sulabha partha nityaptasya yoginaha. So who want to do the revision of this verse? Sanjay Vyas Prabhuji, you like to do?
Yes, prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Second. One sec. So, yeah. So for one, for one who always remembers me without deviation, I'm easy to obtain, O son of Pritha, because of his constant engagement in devotional service. So, Prabhu, you spoke about Ananya Chetaha Satatam, always remembers me without deviation. So Ananya, you emphasized like no other, mind should be exclusively focused on Krishna. Satatam, always, constantly. Mind can continuously remember Krishna even in the background, even during daily activities. So all activities, buying groceries, cleaning, resting, that support direct chanting or service to Krishna are also included in Satatam. Then you spoke about Sulabha, easily obtained. Krishna is very easy to obtain for such a devotee. And you said this is the only verse in Bhagavad Gita where Krishna explicitly endorses a path as Sulabha, very easy to obtain. Then you spoke about that other paths are Dullabh, as mentioned in 7.19, Bahunam Janmanam Ante Gyanavan Mam Prapatyate. And you spoke about Krishna also recommends Bhakti Yoga at the end of Bhagavad Gita, 1866, Dharma Paritagya. Then you spoke about engaging senses. Instead of withdrawing senses, one engages them in Krishna's service. You spoke about devotee association, devotee support, and inspire each other in spiritual activities.
Okay, pretty good, Prabhu. Anyone else remember any other points which we discussed last week? Prabhu has summarized it well. Okay, so this is the only verse, as you can, as Prabhuji said, Sulabha word is used. There's no other verse where Krishna uses this word, and this word is definitely used for Bhakti Yoga. So this is Krishna's personal endorsement for about Bhakti Yoga. Not the other paths are not valid, but this is the Sulabha path, the relatively easier path. No path for a spiritual journey is easy, but amongst all those paths, Bhakti Yoga is the easiest path. Why Bhakti Yoga is the easiest path? Anyone can say? As per this verse. I don't want to go outside this verse, just as per this verse.
Because the meditation is difficult, otherwise sense controls is difficult.
Okay, but as per this verse,
That we are not
why?
alone. We are with the devotees always. And
Yep.
biggest support is that Krishna is always sitting in our heart. And
Yeah. Okay, so there are a couple of points coming up. So when we are with devotees, it becomes much, much easier because we get inspiration from them. That's good. So when we work, that's one part of us, and then Krishna is also working. Huh? There are two people working here. In all other paths, you are alone. But in Bhakti, is the only path where two people are working. And your partner is who? Who's your partner?
Krishna.
Krishna is the partner. So when Krishna is the partner working with you and looking at your sincerity, it doesn't matter what outcome he produces. He just looks at the sincere effort. And simply this verse is saying, Ananyacheta. So as Prabhuji said, Ananyacheta means our chitta, mind does not go anywhere else. And how often you have to do Nityashah or Satatam. So if you just with your mind, Ananyacheta, exclusive mind given to Krishna and constantly remember him. Smriti word is used here. Constantly remember him. Tasyaham sulva. Actually, you can attain Krishna very, very easily. Prabhupada says, Bhakti path is very easy for the simple, very difficult for the difficult. Actually, the path is very, very easy. This path does not require that you must obtain a Bhakti Shastri degree or a Bhakti Vaibhav degree. Although we are participating in these programs, why? Any answers here? Did you get a certificate to show to someone else? Amrit Prabhu, why are you participating in this program? Sorry.
To understand Krishna.
To understand Krishna, how can we remember him with Ananyacheta? That's a simple answer. Huh? So we all know a little bit about Krishna, but because Krishna's condition as per this Ananyacheta and Satatam. This is what we are trying to fulfill by sitting together, because we get inspiration from each other. Doing bhakti alone or any yoga for that sake is very, very difficult. But when we do with devotees, when you go to gym, is it easy to do exercise when we are not in gym? When you go to gym, you feel like, everyone is lifting the weights and running on the treadmill. You also feel like, okay, I can also lift 5 kilo. So when you go to temple, when you go to Sangha, when you see Radha Gopinath, when you see other devotees are doing so much seva, so that encourages us. And then Krishna sitting inside our heart also sees us. Oh, this devotee really wants to come back to me. He doesn't know how to do it. Dhruva did not know how to achieve Krishna. He just went out on the journey. And Krishna sent whom? Narad Muni. So Krishna sends, the spiritual master, Krishna sends the Sangha. He just sees if this soul is encouraged enough to come back to me. So Krishna arranges everything. So here two people are working. That's why this path is very, very easy. And the Krishna as a partner is the one who loves us. He really wants us to go back. In one lecture I heard, Krishna is actually working harder for us to come back to him than we are working. So Gopinath is working harder for us. Gopinath really wants us to come back to him. Gopinath does not like that all the jivas are suffering this material world. But at the same time, he does not interfere in our minute independence. He does not mechanically take us back. He gives us facility, and if the choice is there, he says, yes, I will accept you. Even if you are incomplete, Guru Maharaj is also there, Prabhupada is also there. So much facilities given. That's why Krishna says this is Sulabha Partha. All the other paths, you are completely on your own. Especially for Jnana yogis, Ashtanga yogis, you have to take the renunciation, follow the brahmacharya vrata, go in the jungle, sit in a certain posture and remember. And if you make one mistake at the time of death, you have to take birth as animal, then again become human, and then again continue the process. And one time, whatever advancement you have done does not get carried over. You just start again, start again, start again. And that takes millions of births. And the max achievement there is Brahman. But here, personal service of Gopinath is available to the sincere. It's a very beautiful verse. I'll just read one line of Prabhupada here. As indicated by the word Satatam and Nityasa, which means always, regularly, or every day, a pure devotee constantly remembers Krishna and meditates upon him. These are the qualifications of the pure devotee for whom Lord most easily attainable. Bhakti Yoga is a system that Gita recommends above all others. Generally, Bhakti Yogas are engaged in 5 different ways. Okay, yeah, that we know. Okay, 8:15, another extremely famous verse. Who wants to do this? Kajal Mataji, you like to do this?
Yes, Prabhuji. I revised it, but my grip on it is not very good,
That's
Prabhuji.
okay, Mata. This is not an exam. Don't take it as an exam. You're just trying. And we are all here to help you.
Okay, Prabhuji. I'll try. So I'll just read the translation. After attaining me, the great souls who are yogis in devotion never return to this temporary world, which is full of miseries, because they have attained the highest perfection. So, Prabhuji, I'll just go word by word. So, Mam Upetya, if you achieve me, there is no Punarjanma will happen for you. And
Where is the na here, Mata? Sorry.
sorry, Prabhuji, it's actually in the third line.
Exactly.
Na.
No, so you're right. I'm just trying to confuse you for good reasons. But na is there. Someone can argue with you. Na is there actually. So na has to be coming. Na punarjanma. Yes, Mata, please continue.
And then Prabhuji, Dukhalayam, it's a house. Sorry, Prabhuji, I have to ask you a question as well, but I'll first
No
the same
problem.
what you explained to us last time. So Dukhalayam. So it's a place which is decorated with Dukha, referring to the word Alayam, Dukha and Alayam. And it's unreal, temporary, ashashvatam. Prabhuji, like my understanding before, when I heard you saying Alayam, I thought Alayam is something like, Vidyalaya, like we were talking about.
Yeah,
Something
the
which is a
house.
house of something.
Yeah, but the house where that thing is decorated very nicely. Because when you enter into, say, Vidyalaya or Devalaya or Mandiralaya, then the environment is very conducive for that particular thing. So for Vidyalaya, so when students enter into, there's a morning prayer. At least when I was there, we used to have morning prayer. There's 8 periods, 4 periods before the lunch break, then 4 after that, and all those things. So Vidyalaya or Devalaya, you go to a mandir. Everything's nicely arranged for that particular purpose. In mandir, you cannot imagine an environment of a gym, for example. Jimalaya, I don't know what you call it in Jimalaya. Everything is arranged properly for that purpose. So Alaya means a house where the things are decorated in such a way where it's most conducive to attain that. Whether it's Vidyalaya, whether it's Devalaya, whether it's Dukhalaya. So here the things are decorated, arranged in such a way, in a very rhythmic manner, where it feels like, yes. But the problem is, we are so much under illusion. We see this Dukhalaya as Sukhalaya. That is our illusion, Krishna's illusory energy working perfectly on us. Yeah. So Alaya is a house where the things are arranged nicely for that purpose, whatever the prefix is before Alaya. Is that okay?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
And we also discussed here that, like you were saying, that it's decorated with Dukha, but it's decorated so nicely that we say it's Sukha, and we remain in that
Yeah.
illusion. We try
Yeah.
to get happiness from temporary things.
Yeah. So decoration it does not mean, Mataji, nice decoration. Like in Vidyalaya, you'll not see a decoration of books, but the house is conducive for that. There are classrooms made. The fields are there for students to play. There are some other breakout rooms. There's some stage may be there for children to perform some dramas and other things. So all this is made nicely for the purpose so that they can achieve Vidya. Is that okay? Yeah. So Alay does not here means a nice decoration like a gopi dot or those sort of things. Alay means nicely, well, rhythmically arranged. Yeah. So yeah, don't take the literal meaning of that decoration part.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
And then Prabhuji, Napnuvanti, which means
So Apnuvanti
never
refers to?
never attain, and it's
Yeah.
going back to the word Punarjanma, which we
Yeah.
discussed earlier, that a person who is, if you achieve me, you will never get Punarjanma, and only then you will be a Mahatma.
Yeah. So na refers to two things. Na apnuvanti. Na apnuvanti means achieve. They will not achieve. What they will not achieve? Dukkhale
मेरे
mashashvatam.
को इस हफ्ते ना वो क्रीडा माता जी के यहाँ पे जाना है
Hare Krishna. And na punarjanma. So they will not achieve dukkhalyam and shashvatam, and because of that, na punarjanma. So na will be used for these places. And na apnuvanti. And then why? Because they are, you can continue.
Yes, Prabhuji. So because they are Mahatmas,
Yes.
Mahatmana, and then Prabhuji last line, Sam Siddhinim Paramam Gatam, and then you will achieve my Sam Siddhin, like ultimate abode.
Yeah. So Paramam Gata is the ultimate abode. Or Siddhi means perfection. Some Siddhi means they are perfectly perfected. They are perfected in their devotion. That's why they are called Mahatmanaha. Yeah. Okay. Anything else we discussed on this verse? I'm not sure whether I mentioned that. So what is the crux of this verse? Someone else can say. Crux of this verse. Ayush Prabhu.
Prabhu, so in the last verse, we heard Yo Mam's Smriti Nityasya, that one who remembers me regularly. So in this verse, it is just the result of what happens when you do Smriti Nityasya, constantly remember Krishna. that is samsiddhim paramam gatim, that you will be, first of all, before that, you will be upetya from dukhalyam ashashvatam. You will be liberated from this material place of miseries, and then you will, these great souls, Mahatmana, will achieve samsiddhim paramam gatim. They will achieve the highest ultimate perfection.
Thank you, Prabhu. If I have to ask you, Aish Prabhu, just to expand on it, so there are two portions in this verse. One is a negative portion, one is a positive portion. Negative is, you'll not come back here. Positive is, you'll come back to me. What is the more important part here? Sorry, just to confuse you. You said it correct, Prabhu, just expanding.
So, if I got your question right, you're saying that there's two halves to this verse.
Yeah,
Which one is better? Is that the question?
yeah. If I have to ask you in one line, what's the crux of this verse? What would you say? Because when we quote this verse, most of us, including me, Dukhalam Shashvatam, Dukhalam Shashvatam, Dukhalam Shashvatam. Every Bhagavad Gita class or Bhagavatam class as well, you will hear this, many, many classes you will hear. Is that the crux of this verse 8:15? That's my question.
No, Prabhu. The ultimate crux of this verse is Sam Siddhim Paramam Gata, that you will achieve Krishna,
Thank you.
which is the
Yeah.
ultimate goal.
Yeah. Why this word or this line are so popular? Someone else. Dukhalam Shashvatam is more popular than Siddhim Paramam Gata. Is that right? Am I right or wrong? Which is more frequently quoted? Rajesh Prabhu. Samsiddhim Paramam Gata or Dukhalam Shashvatam? Be honest.
Dukhalayam Ashashvatam.
But Ayush Prabhu said that's not the crux. How would you explain that? And Ayush Prabhu is right.
Because the soul always wants to become happy and it gets the
Yeah.
opposite. So
Okay.
he's looking
Um,
for some Siddhim Paramam Gata. Like always.
okay. Yep.
It it it
We
may be
are
a tendency. It may be a tendency project. For example, there is a kid, right? So if we say you just go from this way, this is nice, they will not listen. But if they udhar aage, mat jao, we try to tell it negatively so that they doesn't go that side. So dukhalam asastam, it's a negative thing. If we keep on constantly thinking, oh, there is no good thing. Okay, we keep on focusing them so that we can divert the other path. Our mind think that way, maybe.
Okay. Anyone else?
प्रभु because we can
because there
relate to it. We can relate to it, प्रभु. Because
Okay.
हम लोग हमेशा मिजरीज में ही रहते हैं, तो बहुत इजी है बोलना कि ये वर्ल्ड में मिजरीज ही हैं. And
Okay.
even Krishna is quoting that. So
Okay. Thank you. You're all right. I'll just try
we,
to conclude. Yeah, Prabhu, Arun Prabhu.
I mean, how many times we are reminding ourselves that we should not be entangled with, I mean, a level of senses and mind, because it is going to entangle us into dukkhalayam ashashvatam, continuous birth, death, old age, disease. But we continue to do that. So that's the emphasis we always try to make.
Yeah. Okay. All of you are right. Just summarizing, when we say Dukhalam Shashvatam, this is much more frequently quoted than Sansiddhim Paramam Gata. We are not saying this is the crux of the verse. This is why we are quoting. This is the only verse in whole Bhagavad Gita where Krishna has done a review. You know, when you go to a restaurant, I know devotees don't go to restaurant, but you put a review, Google review. Shohit Prabhu, you do that? Put Google review, 5-star, 2-star, whatever. So Krishna has given 5 stars to this material world, 5 negative stars. Dukhalayam Shashvatam. So when we talk about Dukhalayam Shashvatam, Krishna is not saying, or the speaker is not saying, that is the crux of 8:15. That's why I'm mentioning. This is just in relation to Krishna's personal review. That's why it's more important. But that's not the crux of the verse. This is just a passing fact of the verse that this word is Dukhalayam Shashvatam as per the context of this verse. This is just a passing fact, but the main thing is Sansiddhim Paramam Kata. If you become Mahatma, if you always remember me, you come back to me. That's a continuation. But just in between, Krishna has just mentioned a Google review on this particular restaurant, which is called Prithvi Loka, especially in Kali Yuga, that this is Dukhalayam Shashvatam. You don't want to come back here. Someone is in the jail, for example, and the jailer comes and tells this prisoner, if you behave properly for next 2 years, if you do X, Y, and Z, you will be released from this jail, and you will go back to your home. So prisoner will not ask, but what's the problem in this jail? Prisoner is not going to ask that question. What's the problem with the jail? Everyone knows the problem with the jail. No one wants to be in the jail, at least most of us, we don't want to be in the jail. But it's just a passing fact and saying you can go back to your home, you can meet with your family, you can live independently, freely, with your father, mother, wife, children, and all that, and you don't have to come back to this jail again, which is Dukkhalayam Shashvatam. So the main crux is go back home, live freely with your family. Not that this jail is a miserable place. But when we quote this Dukkhalayam Shashvatam, we are not saying this is the crux of 815, that's what we are quoting. We're just quoting a Google review, you can say, of Krishna's personal recommendation for this word. How does Krishna view it? Dukkhalayam Shashvatam. This is how he has stamped this word. And if you want to convert into Sukhalayam Shashvatam, it will just never happen. We are looking a wrong product, or I should rather say, we are looking a right product in the wrong place. As Keshav Prabhu is also saying, Anand Prabhu is also saying, our tendency is to look for that Sukha, for Shashvat, which is fine because we are Sachidanand. Krishna is Sachidanand, we are also Sachidanand. We are looking Sukha and Shashvat Sukha, eternal Sukha. We are all looking. There's no problem. But we are looking the right product in the wrong place. You go to a veggie shop and you say, jute hain kya? You have shoes? You have gents shoes or ladies shoes? And you're like, what? You're in a veggie shop. You're in a veggie shop. You don't get shoes there. Or you go in a shoe shop, you can say, aloo kya hai? Where is the potato? Huh? So you're looking for a particular product, but in the wrong shop. Go to some other shop. So simply, Krishna is saying, go to the other place, which we'll talk today about. Okay, thank you. Now let's start from 816. So before I go 816, okay, this is the last verse. Okay, let's do this one verse for the pure devotional service, and we will continue the next one. Okay, 816. Who wants to read? Prema Bhakti Mataji, good to see you.
अब्रह्मा भुवनालोका पुनरवर्तिनोऽर्जुना मम उपेत्या तु कौन्तेय पुनर्जन्म न विद्यते. From the highest planet in the material world down to the lowest, all are places of misery, wherein repeated birth and death take place. But one who attains to my abode, O son of Kunti, never takes birth again.
Thank you, Mataji. So, Brahma Bhuvanat Lokaha. So, Prabhupada translates Brahma Bhuvanat up to the Brahma Loka planet. So, how many planetary systems are there? Everyone knows that?
14.
14 planetary systems. And which is the topmost? Brahma Loka, or also known as Sakti Loka, which is the abode of Brahmaji and many, many great souls. It says just to enter into that abode of Brahmaji, you have to do tapasya for 1,000 years to get the visa. Otherwise, you don't get the visa. The visa fee is actually very, very high there. 1,000 years of tapasya austerity to be performed to just become, if you want to take the PR. Anyone looking for Australian PR here? Look for the Brahmloka PR. quite well organized place. Yudhishthira Maharaj, when he got the Indraprastha, anyone remembers who made the Indraprastha? Ayush Prabhu knows that. Who made the Indraprastha? So from Khan. Huh?
Pandavas.
Pandavas and
Yeah,
Krishna
I
Balaram.
want a specific one.
Vishwakarma, Prabhu.
Huh?
No, Vishwakarma.
No. Harish Prabhu, what do you said?
Vishwakarma.
No.
It
Vishwakarma
was
did not.
Devan Mayadana.
Who said that?
Mayadana.
Dano Kajal Mata. Mayadana made it. So Mayadana, because Arjun protected Mayadana. So Mayadana made that Indraprastha. And everyone knows how beautiful Indraprastha was. It was totally amazing. Anyway, I'll come down to the gist of it related to 816. I just remembered. Narad Muni came visiting Yudhishthira Maharaj. Yudhishthira Maharaj said, so how is my palace? A little tinge, it's a tinge of little arrogance. हाँ, कोई हमारे घर आता है ना, in India at least, हम आपको घर दिखाते हैं अपना. Someone comes to our house. Let me show our house to you. So anyway, so Narad Muni also said, very nice, very nice. In Prithvi Loka, there is no comparison to your palace. Narad Muni said that. But if I compare to palaces of Varun, Indra, Yama, Brahma, it is nothing but a mitti ka dhela. So Narad Muni encouraged Yudhishthira Maharaj by saying, Prithvi Loka, there is no comparison. But in another Loka, it's nothing. It's nothing. And then in Mahabharata, it's explained actually, Narad Muni describes the palaces of Yamaraj, Varun, Indra, Brahmaji. He describes the palace, and when Yudhishthira Maharaj heard it, like, okay, calm down. My palace is not so good. My palace is not so great. Anyway, in that, Narad Muni describes to Yudhishthira Maharaj how's Brahma's palace. And it says Brahma's palace, anything can be achieved just by thinking about it, which is not even available in Indra's palace, which is the highest after Brahma. After Brahma. Yamraj has a pretty good palace. Varun Dev has a very good palace. Indra is the best one. But after Indra is Brahmaji's palace. But even if you get the PR, citizenship, Brahmaloka passport, what's the problem with that? That is also temporary. It sounds like a big kingdom, a big life. We'll talk about Brahma's life probably in the next verse. But Brahma Bhavna Lokaha, what happens from the highest abode of Brahmaji to the lowest one? Punar Avartino. Avartino refers to Avartina, means again and again. You have to come back again. Punar, again and again, you have to come back, including in the Brahmaloka. And we'll talk about it in the exceptions as well. So, but Mamupetya, if you achieve me, to Kaunteya, hey Arjuna, hey Kaunteya, if you achieve me, Punarjan na vidyate. So that is the only thing in this existence. When I say existence, including spiritual and material existence, that's the only place in the existence where Punar Avartino does not exist. Yad gatva ananivartante tad dham paramam mama. So 15.6 Krishna says, if you come back to my abode, you will not go back to the material world. So this is the beauty of Krishna's abode. So if I have to connect 8.14, what is the gist of 8.14? Ananya Cheta Satam. If you constantly remember me with exclusive chitta, exclusive mind, Nityasha, constantly, you tasyaham. I'm very, very easily obtained. And then I go to 8.15. And he say, you become Mahatmana and you'll get Paramam Gati. You'll get transcendental destination. And then if you achieve transcendental destination, what is the benefit of that? 8.16. Punarjan. In this place, na vidyate. Na vidyate. Because if you are in this place refers to the material existence, which is just 1/4 of the total existence. So 3/4 is a spiritual existence, 1/4 is material existence. In this material existence, no matter where you are, whether you are in India, in a village, you are in a big metropolitan city like Delhi, Bombay, or you are in Singapore, you are in Sydney, you are in Melbourne, or you go to Swargaloka, or even if you go to Brahmaloka, Jana, Tapa Loka, anywhere you go, miseries will never leave you. This is the nature of the material world, no matter where you are. I've heard in a class recently, the speaker was saying, I forgot the name, Dhirubhai Ambani's, who's the current Ambani? I forgot the name.
Mukesh Ambani.
Mukesh Ambani. Thank you, Sanjay Vyas Prabhuji. He goes and meets him quite frequently. That's why. Anyway. So, and I did not know about it. As I said, I just heard in the lecture. So Mukesh Ambani, I guess he has a brother as well. Anyway, so Mukesh Ambani's mother went to see a sadhu actually. They have quite devotional actually. So she went to see a sadhu, and this another person was sitting next to this sadhu. So Mukesh Ambani's mother said to the sadhu, "Maharaj, bahut dukh hai." She said, "I'm in a lot of distress." The person sitting next to the sadhu was hearing the conversation. He was quoting in the class. He said, if Mukesh Ambani's mother has dukha, you know the earning of Mukesh Ambani, I heard in another lecture from Radhe Shyam Prabhu, 20,000 crore rupees a day. Amrit Prabhu, how much? 20,000 crore rupees. If you ever want to take reincarnation, put that tick box. 20,000 crores a day. Now, Radhe Shyam Prabhu, so you can't even imagine these figures in your whole life if you want to work and achieve, Any child who's taken birth in that family, 20,000 crore rupees a day. Sanjay Vyas Prabhu, chalega? Nahi, kam hai? Chalega. So this, anyway, jokes apart, this person's mother goes to the sadhu and says, Maharaj, bahut dukh hai. So he said, if she has dukha, then what is our probability of getting sukha in the material world? Now, the type of dukha she would have, that's different. And everyone is dukhi. It's not the point. The point is, I may have a different dukha, you may have a different dukha, she may have a different dukha, but everyone is dukhi. Everyone is dukhi. No one is sukhi. No one is in happy mode. Shashank Prabhu, don't think. All the smiling faces, crying hearts. They just show the smile, biggest smile when they come to temple. Hare Krishna, I'm good, very good. Sorry, that may not be the reality unless they are transcendental, which is different story. But in this material world, there is no such thing called sukha. It's not possible because the product is not available. You're looking at shoes in the veggie shop. It's not available. You can take a leaf of a palak, a spinach or something, show it like a shoe. But that's not a shoe. So the point here is Brahma Bhuvna Loka. Whether you go to Brahma Loka, whether you go to a Patala Loka, dukkha is existing everywhere. So the point Krishna is trying to make here, everything here is temporary, everything here is full of misery. In one class, Radheshyam Prabhu or Gauranga Prabhu was saying, in this material world, every khan, every atom is filled with the ocean of misery. Every atom. One thing can go wrong with your finger and you may experience so much pain. Just one wrong thing in your finger, very small thing can go wrong. A cheetah, ant can be the cause of the death of an elephant. Anything can go wrong. One small nerve pinching, Anand Prabhu might understand it. The small nerve pinching, you cannot sit for 5 minutes. It's not possible because your body is so sensitive. But when body is healthy, we take it for granted. Yeah, where is Krishna? Where is God? No one. I have done it. I have done it. Just wait. Just wait. A smallest coronavirus can bore down the whole world. A small corona, invisible from the eyes. I don't know which microscope you need to see that virus, but that's what the nature of this world is. So no matter where you run away to Switzerland, America, you run away to Australia, miseries are not going to leave you. So what we have to leave this material world if you really want to achieve eternity in happiness. This is what the crux of this verse is. Okay, let's move forward. I was reading this purport before the class. So I read Prabhupada gave a very nice example from Baladev Vidyabhushan. I don't know which Shastra it's from, but Prabhupada quotes Baladev Vidyabhushan. I'll just read it. Very nice. So Brahmana sa te sarve samprapte pratichanchare parashyante kritatmana pravishanti parampadam. So basically it's saying Brahmana, which is referred to Brahmaji, sah te sarve, with everyone. Sah means with, sarve with all of them. It's Brahmaji plus Brahmalokvasis, they all pravishanti parampadam. They enter into parampada. They basically get transferred into the higher loka, which is spiritual existence. Now, I'll not discuss this verse here. I'll discuss this a little later. Let's see, does it happen all the time or only in some scenarios? We'll talk about it. Okay, 8:17. Who would like to read? Acha. Supriya Mata is getting ready. Yeah, go for it.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Sasrayuga paryantam aharyad brahmano vidhu ratrim yuga sahasrantam teho ratra vido janah. By human calculation, 1,000 ages taken together form the duration of Brahma's one day, and such also is the duration of his night. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Can anyone see my word file? Is that okay? Yeah, okay, you can see that. Okay, I
Yes,
just
we
wanted
can.
to write something here, which just makes more sense. I tried to write it. So let's read this verse. I'll come back to that. So Sahastra Yuga Paryantam. So what is Yuga? Yuga is a measure of a unit of time, you can say. Now, Yuga here does not represent a Kali Yuga, a Dwapar Yuga. Here Yuga represents a Divya Yuga. I'll tell you what the Divya Yuga is. So Sahastra Yuga Paryantam. So Sahastra is Shata is 100, Sahastra is 1,000. So 1,000 yugas, which is Divya Yugas in this case. Sahastra Yuga Paryantam, Ahar. Ahar refers to day. So day is known as Ahar and Ratri is the night. Everyone knows that. So Ahar, the day of Brahma is Sahastra Yuga, is 1,000 yuga. Ahyad Brahmano Vidu, Ratrim Yug Sahasrantam. And Ratri, the night of Brahma, is also Sahasram. Sahastra Yuga means 1,000 Divya Yugas. Te Aharatra Virojana. So what this Divya Yuga is, now many of you would know this calculation, many of you may not know, and that's fine. So our Brahmaji lives for how long? Anyone knows that?
100 years.
100
Oh,
years.
thank you
Brahma.
so much. 100 years. So Brahmaji lives for, say, 100 years. In 1 year of Brahmaji, we are talking Brahmaji's year, 1 year, how many months are there?
12 months.
12 months are there, or 360 days, you can say, right? 360 days. Now, if I take 1 day again of Brahmaji, which will have 12 hours day plus 12 hours night. Is that okay with everyone so far? Yeah, pretty easy.
Yes.
Let's expand it. I like this way. Okay.
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you.
So 12 hours a day. Now, daytime, which is 12 hours, equals to say daytime. Anand Prabhu, you said something?
Yes, 1 day is 1,000 Mahayuga.
Yeah, or Divya Yugas. Okay.
Yeah,
So this is also known as Kalpa. When you say about Kalpa, you would have heard different Kalp ki leela hai. Huh? Different Kalp. Huh? And that's completely fair point. So 1,000 Divya Yugas. Now, what is one Divya Yuga? This equals to 1, I'll say SY if that's okay, plus 1 Treta Yuga plus 1 DY plus 1 KY. Now, DY is not the DY beach, Sydney suburb. So, Priya Mataji, you're okay with this terminology? So, 1 Satyuga, 1 Treta Yuga, 1 Divya Yuga, 1 Kali Yuga. This all 4 combined together form 1 Divya Yuga. And Brahma's 1 daytime, 1 Kalpa, will have 1,000 Divya Yugas. So, how many Kali Yugas will be there, Premavati Mata? How many Kali Yugas will be there in 1 daytime of Brahma?
1,000.
1,000, right? Because
1,000.
each one will exist only one time. So the daytime, if I have to write it, okay, come there now. 1 daytime will have 1,000 KY. Is that okay?
Yes, bro.
1,000 DY, Dwapar Yuga, 1,000 Treta Yuga, 1,000 Satyuga. So far, all good?
Yes, bro.
Now, Brahma's night will also be exactly same. So 12 hours daytime. Let's put this here. 12 hours of night time. Is that okay so far? So 1 day of Brahma will equal to how many? 2,000 Divya Yugas or 2 Kalpas, you can say, right? And that is just 1 day, 24 hours when I say 1 day. So daytime plus night time, 12 hours, 12 hours. Is that okay, Acharya Nisa Prabhu? All good so far? Now, what is the age of Kali Yuga? Who can tell me?
432,000.
432. Anyone knows how it's made? Okay, no problem. So each yuga is made up of a particular time zone. So if I have to calculate from Indraloka to Prithviloka's calculation, so Indraloka's 1 day, which is 24 hours, I have to say, is 1 human years. So 1 celestial year there, 1 divine year there equals to, so 1,000 divine years. I think I have a chart here. I'll see if I can get it. Give me 1 second. I'll just quickly, I don't have to write that then. Yeah, okay, got it. Everyone can see this?
Yes, bro. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay. This will be, and I will share that. You don't have to take a screenshot. I've also got it from somewhere. So just starting from Kali Yuga first, just for a second. So 1 day of Indraloka, for example, a celestial or divine year, equals to 1 year of human calculation. 1 day equals to 1 year. So 1,000 divine years will be equal to how much? 360,000 human years. It says divine years, human years. Is that okay? So 1,000, and sandhyas are always 10%. One sandhya refers to the transition period. So it's always 10%, 10% before the yuga starts and 10% after the yuga finishes. So it's 10%, 10% on either side. So that's why they say this is Kalyug ki Pratham Sandhya. Anyone heard that? Pratham Sandhya means Kalyug has not yet started. So Sandhya means the transition happening at this stage. So the transition will be there, transition period, which makes sense as well. When the sun comes, the transition, you see the sun rays before that, you see the sky is lightening up, then you see the sun. So the 10% before the yuga, 10% after the yuga. Just look at Kali Yuga for now. So Sandhya will be 100 and 100. So 360,000 of human years plus 36 plus 36 is comprising 432,000 Keshav Prabhu. Is that okay? So how does 432 is made up of? Actually is 1,000 divine years. And then 10%, 10% or 20%. So 1200 into 360 refers to 432,000. Now if I have to take this, if I take this 1 KY, anyway, don't worry about it. So 1 KY. So if I say 1 KY, that is how much? 432
432,000
K
years.
years. Is that okay? So
Yes.
I'll denote 432 as 1 KY. Shobit Prabhu, all good? Now इसके पहले कौन सा युग है शोभित प्रभु? Before Kali Yuga, which yuga comes? You can unmute yourself, that's fine. Dwapar Yuga. Dwapar Yuga will be 2 times of the size of Kali Yuga. Shobit Prabhu, please help me. How many years of Dwapar Yuga?
860.
Easy, right? 1 TY, Treta Yuga is 3 times of Kali Yuga. Can I say 3 KY?
Yes.
Is that okay? I don't want to know how many years, but that's fine. And 1 Sat Yuga is how much? 4 KY. So 1 Divya Yuga, Shobit Prabhu, is how much in KY? 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. 10 KY. Is that okay?
Yes.
So how many human years, Shobit Prabhu? If 1 is 432, 10 is?
432,000.
No, 1 Divya Yuga.
4.32 million.
Yeah. 4320 human years. Is that right?
4.3 million. Yes.
Yeah, you can say millions about that. So 1 Divya Yuga. Now 1,000 Divya Yugas, which is 1 day time of Brahma.
Oh, that's 432,000 human years. The one on top.
4.32 million.
Yeah.
Sorry, say again.
432,000 human years.
Oh, yes, K. Yes, sir. Sorry. Yeah, I forgot the K. Thank you so much, Anand Prabhu. Now, 1,000 Divya Yugas will be how much? 4,320 123 K human years. Is that right so far? All under control? It's not difficult actually. You can just remember this one, and you can remember actually the whole thing. You don't have to cram all this, but I'm just explaining what is Brahma's life, how Prabhupada ji has calculated in the purport. 1,000 Divyagas. And so how can you call it in the short terms? 4.32 million, is that right? I don't know much about millions. 6 zeros will be there. Yeah, 4.32 million. Shobit Prabhu, please correct me. He's a financial person. He knows much better than me. Okay.
That is 1 Divya Yuga, Prabhu. 4.32 million is 1 Divya Yuga.
Okay, I forgot the K here. Thank you so much. So this is 4.3 million.
Yes.
1 Divya Yuga. So 1,000 is 4,320 million human years. Anand Prabhu, okay?
That's okay, Prabhu.
Thank you. So 1,000. This is the daytime of Brahma. So daytime of Brahma equals to what? 432 million human years. Wow. Who can tell me the night time?
Same.
You sure, Giraj Prabhu? They are right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So what will be the 1 day of Brahma?
8640
million.
8640 million human years. Wow. That's 1 day. 30 days?
I'm steady.
8640, and it's all in millions, into 30. Okay? 12 months? Like 1 year, okay, all right?
Times 12.
Times 12, thank you. And 100 years. Okay, let's calculate now.
Prabhuji, this is from Brahmaji's day.
864. Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
40.
Don't
8,
calculate the Manu's here, okay?
30. No, I'm not. I'll come to Manu later. 12. This is just 1 year. No, I've done actually whole calculation. So
Yes, sir.
311 trillion 40 billion years. This is one life of Brahmaji Rajesh Prabhu. So I'll read Prabhupada purport. I just wanted to mention that. Where is 817? Here. Prabhupada writes, Brahmas, these 100 years by earth calculation. So this is how it's calculated. 311 trillion 40 billion years, which you can see in our calculator. Now, everyone understands this or no? Sarvapri Mataji, all good?
Yes, Prabhuji, so many calculations were good.
I'll send you that. Again, it's very simple. I try to keep things very, very simple. But who didn't understand it? I'm happy to explain it again if needed. You don't have to cram all that, but it's good to know how Prabhupada has put this 311. This is how he has put. So I'll just say very quickly. So Brahmaji's whole life is 100 years. 1 year is 12 months. 12 months. 360 days. 1 day, 12 hours day, 12 hours night, 12 hours daytime of Brahmaji, 100 Divya Yugas or 1 Kalpa. 1 Divya Yuga is made up of 4 Yugas, Satyug, Treta, Dwapar and Kali Yuga. So daytime will have 1000 Kali Yuga, 1000 DY, 1000 TY and 1000 SY. Okay? So 12 hours equals to 1000 Divya Yugas, and then we sort of broken it down. So 1 KY is 432, 1 Divya Yuga is 4.32 million human years. Daytime is this much, night time is this much, so we calculate all that. Yuvati Radha Mataji, all understood?
Right, Prabhu. Thank you.
Sort of. She doesn't seem too confident. Anyway, just trying to explain the theory behind it, how Prabhupada has come. Anyway, so from human calculation, if you look at this life cycle, 3.11 trillion, 40 billion years, it seems actually an eternity. Coming back to this verse, by these calculations, the life of Brahma seems fantastic and interminable, which is true. But from the viewpoint of eternity, it is as brief as lightning flash. And Prabhupada gives a second analogy. In the casual ocean, there are innumerable Brahmas rising and disappearing like bubbles in the Atlantic. Amazing. And now here in Sydney, Kesha Prabhu, humans, we are creating high-rise buildings. High-rise buildings, investing money, billion, trillion, and getting this back, this ROI, that ROI. I don't understand much, but this is what it is. Brahma's life, Prabhupada says, like a bubble. It's like a flashing light, which seems to us very, very long, almost impossible to finish, but actually it's not from the point of view of Mahavishnu in the casual ocean or point of eternity. It's actually nothing. Millions of Brahma comes and millions of Brahma goes in one breath of Mahavishnu. He breathes, innumerable Brahmas goes inside his body. Everything is just gone. We are making big arrangements. So when you put your next investment, just think about this verse about Brahmaji, about Indraloka. I'm not discouraging you, but just keep this picture in your mind. How big is your that investment and how will be the benefits coming from it? For how long it can go on? Okay, I'll just take a few questions. I have a few more things to say on this verse. Let's take, because they might be related to this calculation. Yeah, Amrit Prabhuji, he's the first one.
Prabhuji, my question is that Lord Brahma and Indra, do they also experience time as we do? Like we
Yes, yes.
experience?
Yeah.
Okay.
So as we are living our 100 lives, like roughly speaking, humans live 100 years, which is too much in these days and age, but roughly speaking, 100 years. So Brahma also lives that age. So our Brahma is at the moment, what I have heard, Prabhu, has just celebrated his 50th birthday, and he has entered into 51 year. Is the first day in the 51. So his Ayu is known as Dviparardha. Parardha refers to, Ardha refers to Adha, Parardha. So there's a pre-Parardha and Uttar Parardha. So Dviparardha. So half of the Parardha is gone. And now he is entering into the first. So he is experiencing. He also celebrates his birthday, and he may order from Gopinath his next cake. Happy birthday to Brahmaji. Yeah, it happens.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Okay. Sanjay,
what is parad? Just really quick.
so para, ardha. So his life is known as para, or ardha refers to adha of that para. So para refers to 100 years of Brahmaji. So parardha refers to 50 years of Brahmaji. So actually, our Brahma's birthday was yesterday, as per his yesterday, not our yesterday. That's what Shastra says. And we are in the first day. Suppose Ayush Prabhu's birthday is on, suppose, 15th of August. So today is, as per Brahma, 16th of August. First day after his birthday. Ayush Prabhu, your birthday is on 15th? No, okay. He has eternal birthday. Okay, whatever. So I've just put an example. So Brahmaji is on 16th of August if his birth date was 15th of August. Sanjay Vyas Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu. Prabhu, please bear with me as I ask my question. This question I've had for some time, but I just have never had the opportunity to ask. So please bear with me. So I understand you did the calculations, and there were two separate calculations. One was on the cosmic cycle, and the other one was on the human years. So there are two separate
Yeah, so I'll open
calculations.
that picture, Prabhu. So for the benefit of everyone. Yeah, is that one?
Yeah.
You're referring?
Oh, yeah, even if you go back to the word.
Okay, yeah, whatever.
But I mean, you've got, so my question is on the top half. In 3.8 in Adi Leela, we come across the verse, Srila Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami says, Ekatare Chaturyug Ek Manvantar, Choda Manvantar, Brahmar Devash Pihitar.
Yes.
So he says there are 71 Divya Yugas in one in one Manvantar, and there are 14 Manvantara.
I have not explained that part as yet.
Yeah.
I have to still explain that.
Okay.
Yeah, I've
Okay.
not covered that as yet.
I'll come
As
to
I
it
said,
later then.
your questions may be related to my calculations. That's why I'm answering. I've not finished the verse as yet, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
I will
Okay.
come to that Manvantar part just in a second. Yeah.
So I mean, the question was that multiplies to 994. And
Yeah,
so,
because if you include Sandhyas, Prabhu, that will work out perfectly. So if you look at this diagram, Prabhu, so the Sandhyas calculation is just perfect. So if you see in Kali Yuga, in 1000, the 10% on both sides, right? Pre-Kali Yuga and post-Kali Yuga. Similarly, you go to Dwapar Yuga, which is double, is 2000, 200, 200, 3000. So if you calculate everything, is actually perfect calculation. When we say 71, it's not 71, 70.35 actually.
Yeah.
So if I show you one more diagram, which again I'll share, so you don't have to take a screenshot or something. This is lifetime of Brahma. Kali Yuga, as you can see, and there are two blocks here, small block. This is called Sandhya. Now Sandhya, here you can see a smaller Sandhya. Here you can see a bigger Sandhya because this is based on this Yuga. So this Yugas will be 10% of that. So this is 432, this is 864, 120. And you see Sandhyas are becoming bigger. And all four, including Sandhyas, make one Divya Yuga. And here, this says 71, just for the I think picture purpose, 71.35 something. How many number of years of Manvantar? And then 14 Manvantar like that make one Kalpa, which is one daytime of Brahma. And you can see this is small dot here, which is one daytime of Brahma, and then one night of Brahma, 1 month of Brahma, 1 year of Brahma, and that's how 100 years of Brahma.
And
Yes,
so, bro, thank you, bro. So, and when you talk about Sandhya and Sandhya Asan, and like I've never come, this first time I'm learning about them. So, you said Kali Yuga hasn't even started. We're in the
So
Sandhya.
Sandhya, yes.
So how does that work, Prabhu? So what does that
So it is
mean?
Kali Yuga. It is Kali Yuga. When we said Kali Yuga, the real Kali Yuga has not started. Sandhya means we are transitioning. There's a lot of dharma. Prabhupada also says next 10,000 years is a golden years. So from that perspective, yes, it is Kali Yuga ki Sandhya. It is definitely Sandhya of Kali Yuga. So Kali Yuga ka prabhav is there. But the real Kali Yuga, Sandhya again, we are the when the event is happening, you do some promotion. You do a clip, like you do a lot of clip on your channel. So you do a clip, like a preview. That's what you call movie. What do you call preview? The movie's preview come for 2 minutes, and movie will be 2 hours. Just a preview of Kali Yuga is so dangerous.
So similarly, Prabhu, when we go from Treta to Dwapar, and when one of the legs of Dharma is dropping, it takes 200-300 divine years for it to drop out. So similarly, when we go, so Kali Yuga hasn't started. Similarly, when we go from Treta to Dwapar doesn't really start until.
Yes, no, Kali Yuga has started, but the real Kali Yuga will start after the Sandhya has finished.
And then similarly between Treta and Dwapar as well.
Yes,
When
every time. So it's
every
like a downward trade is happening, Prabhuji. Say from Treta, when the dharma is 75%, it's
Yeah.
downgrading. So there's no one day or one moment. Okay, on 11:45 p.m., it downgraded from 3 lakhs to 2 lakhs. Not like that, but slowly the things are deteriorating. And same is happening in Kali Yuga. Still a lot of dharma, but there's still a lot of violence and so many other nonsense is happening. Huh? But it says the real Kali Yuga will start after the Sandhya. But because Kali Yuga Sandhya, so Kali Yuga influence is definitely there. We are not doubting that. So Sandhya of this one, here you see the pre one. It is for Kali Yuga only. Huh? The preview which you are seeing and I'm seeing in this material world, it is of Kali Yuga. But real Kali Yuga means more deterioration of dharma is about to happen. Huh? Okay. Keshav Prabhuji.
My question was like this: when we're talking about on the Brahmaji, sorry, Mahavishnu actually takes a breathe in and out, all the Brahma just goes in and out kind of.
Yes.
During that pralaya, a different kind of pralaya is though, but what happens with the soul of the jivas, bro?
We'll talk about it. Krishna is talking about it, so let's just hold on. Huh? Krishna is talking about it. Yeah. Okay. Amrit Prabhu, you have any final
Prabhu,
questions?
small question that
Yes.
in the last Sandhya of Kali Yuga,
Uh-huh.
so then again religious activity will start
Yes.
going up.
So it will be a ascending order, Prabhuji. So the first one is a descending order. The Sandhya is descending. Next Sandhya will be uplifting. So again, there will not be one moment where everything will change in the flash of light. No, it will be a period where things are taking place. Yes, Prabhu, you're right. So one is the
Okay.
descending one when entering into the Kali Yuga, but when you're ascending into the next Yuga. Yeah.
Okay, Prabhu.
Yeah, and that's why the Sandhya is important. Sandhyas are pretty long, 36,000 years, right? This is pretty long time, and this is happening. Okay,
Yes,
let's move
Prabhu.
forward to the next topics. Okay, 817. So yeah, these two things I wanted to discuss, and these two pictures I'll share with you, so don't worry about it. It's pretty self-explanatory picture, and this is just one day of Brahma. No, sorry, it's not one day. Actually, it's one Divya Yuga. That's all. So Krita Yuga or Satyuga is the same thing. Kriteya Dhyate Vishnu, Tretaya Mijito Makai. That famous verse. So Krita or Satyuga is the same word. Dwapar and Kali Yuga. This is one Divya Yuga. Okay. Any other persons has any questions, or everyone is like, sir ke upar se chala gaya? Kajal Mata.
I have one question, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
So, Prabhuji, we're saying that there's a day of Brahmaji and there's a night, and during night, annihilation happens and
Yes.
day creation
We'll
happens.
talk about annihilation, what happens to the living entity, we'll talk about it. Just, yeah, this, I'm just focusing on the calculation. We'll talk about what happens to Jiva, annihilations, and all that.
Okay, Prabhuji.
There's a whole section coming up. This is just the first verse of this section. We'll talk about annihilation and what happens to Jiva. Keshav Prabhu. Aish Prabhu.
Prabhu, just a quick one. In Brahma Loka, there's no old age, right? Disease and old age. I've heard that in the
it's not even in
celestial
Swarg Loka, Prabhu. Not even in Swarg Loka. What to speak of Brahma Loka? So even if you go to Swarg Loka, no old age. Your body is always fresh. You look like a 20-year-old young man or a young woman. It's like that. Your body don't sweat. You don't get hungry. You don't get tired. You know, in Prithvi Loka only you get these gifts. Gifts. So Devatas eat, it says in Bhagavatam, not because they are hungry. Now we have to eat. If we don't eat, we get mad. At least I can talk about myself. But Devatas don't eat. So, Prabhu, no hunger, no sweat, no malamutra, Devata, no urine or stool, no such thing. Yeah, so no old age, Prabhuji. We'll talk about Dev Loka probably later in 9th chapter. I don't know to describe the Indra Loka. Whatever is given in Bhagavad Gita. Very limited, but very nice. Yeah? Okay, anyone else? Meera Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare
I don't know if this is a very relevant, I think it's a very irrelevant question, but I just wondered,
That's all right.
like how we have access to technology in this world. Do you think in the other worlds there will be access to all this?
Sorry, say again. Access to all this?
Access to technology.
Access to technology. Absolutely, Mataji. And there the technology is pretty advanced. Now here you have planes where you have to put a special fuel in the planes, right? There has to be an airport here. There has to be a repair work on your plane. But when you go to Swargloka, Mataji, if you ever go, you will have your own plane. You know that? every jiva in Sargloka has their own plane. And that plane does not need a fuel, does not need an airport. It works on your desire, Bluetooth connection. You'll have Bluetooth connection with your mind. So you will think about, oh, I want to visit my mom today. Your plane will automatically go in that direction. And you don't have to say, Mama, where is my airport? Where is my runway? 2 kilometer long runway. No, it can become like an insect or it can expand. Suppose you have, 100 friends wants to visit your mom that day. It will expand. So these facilities are there. But technology wise, when you're talking, I'm just trying to repeat what I've heard. There also the plane quality is different. Someone has jumbo 767, someone has a private jet with two-seater. These sort of matsarta, enviness is there because someone gets a plane which has 3-story plane. Right? So yes, these things are technology actually don't need. By taking birth in Sarloka Mata, you'll be able to fly. That's Bhagavatam saying that. So human technology, with all due respect to these AI people, but actually it's pretty low. It's very, very low. Hanumanji carrying a whole mountain. People say, how come this happened? No, because you can't do it. You can't carry 100 kilo weight, so you think no one can do it. That's pretty stupid, actually. Huh? A child who can only lift, say, 50 grams. If he thinks no one can lift 50 kilos, that's the childishness of the child. He cannot lift, that's okay. That's his body's limitation. So similarly, humans make all these planes which have accidents, which have corruption. In Devloka, it doesn't exist. So by default, Mataji, you'll have so much technology, you don't have to think about it. A jiva who goes there, his mindset is basically on bhoga, how to enjoy more and more, not on how to get that enjoyment. Here, our most of the energy goes in how to get the. You want to buy a new car. What do you have to do? Work harder, save more, and then by the time you do, $30,000 saving, the car price has increased to 50,000. There, it's not the case. Yeah, if that makes sense. And your body is always fresh. No deodorants applying there. Nothing like that. There's so much more description given in Bhagavatam of Sargloka as well. Well, I think that gives you a hint. Okay, anyone else? All good? Everyone is smiling, already thinking about Sargloka. Don't worry, I'm going to tell you some discouraging facts as well a little later. And if you want to get some encouragement, go to third canto of Bhagavatam, read the description of Vaikuntha. So Sargloka is fine, but Vaikuntha is much, much better. Okay, let's go back to our discussion. 8:17. Just two more lines of Prabhupada. Elevated sannyasis are promoted to Brahma's particular planet. So entering in Brahma's planet is not easy. And we're talking about the citizens of Brahmaloka, who has the PR there. But in due course, Brahma and all the inhabitants of Brahmaloka are subject to death. Now, the previous verse purport, Prabhupada say they all enter into Paramam Gatim, but not every time. It says when Brahma is a devotee and all the Lokvasis, the citizens of Brahmalokas are devotees, yes, they go to the spiritual planet. But if they are not devotees or they have not completed their devotion, our Brahma, very, very pious, our Brahma is actually devotee, but some other Brahma, our Brahma is a devotee of Govinda. Govindam Adi Purusham Tamam Majami. Shashank Prabhu is enjoying. That Brahmaji is a very, very, our Brahmaji we are very actually fortunate to have our Brahmaji as our CEO. Not all Brahmas is described are devotees of Lord. They are very pious souls, but they are not pure devotees of the Lord. But our Brahmaji is a pure devotee, is a devotee of Govinda. He has written about Lord, which we read sometime. We have Brahma's prayers. We have Brahma Samhita. Some Brahma Samhita, just on that side note, Brahmaji has written actually 100 chapters. We only have access to one chapter, which is the 5th chapter, which we read actually. So Brahma Samhita, which we read, is only 5th chapter. 99 chapters are lost. And this was also retrieved personally by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally arrived in the temple. I forgot the name. Anyone remembers, please let me know. Padmanabhan temple or other one. And he made a copy by hand actually. And he got that copy back to Bengal, and that's how it got propagated. Otherwise, who knows, even this 5th chapter will be lost. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally saved that one chapter, which we are fortunate to read. Anyway, our Brahmaji is very, very nice devotee, but other Brahmas may not. Maybe yes, maybe not. They continue their existence in the material world. They are subject to that after 100 years, and then they take birth again as per their eligibility. Now, inter-universal transfers are most welcome. You know, in Singapore, you land and you catch a flight. Rajesh Prabhu go to Europe, Ayush Prabhu go to America, Saman Krishna Prabhu go to Vrindavan, like that. So, a transit place, Keshav Prabhu, we all land at one transit place. This is called Avyakta. Avyakta means unmanifested. So, I can't tell you exactly which place because it's Avyakta, unmanifest. So, all the jivas get at the Singapore airport, Avyakta, Singapore airport, and then they catch another flight whenever their flight comes, as per their eligibility. And they can be within the same universe, they can be within the same planet, they can also get transferred to another one. Bhakti Charu Maharaj giving class, and he was telling in one class, when you perfect your devotion as per what we read, Prema Bhakti, then you get opportunity. Again, if you have that mood of Golok Vrindavan, you get opportunity to participate in the Krishna Leela, which is happening in some Vrindavan of this material existence, right? So in our universe, there's one Vrindavan, which we love. In another universe, another Vrindavan. So if in another Vrindavan, Krishna is doing the pastimes, this soul will take birth there in Krishna Leela, will become a gopi, or again, eligible candidate, a sakha or a cow or whatever eligibility his mood is, and then he will participate in Krishna Leela, get apprenticeship. Rajesh Prabhu, when you finish your year 3, you have to do some apprenticeship, then you get a job. So from Bhulok Vrindavan, only you can go back to Golok Vrindavan. Ayush Prabhu, it's clear? So from this universe, when you perfect, you go to Anyag Bhulok Vrindavan, somewhere in the material existence. Krishna is doing Leela right now, Ramji is doing Leela, Narsingh Dev Ji is doing Leela. So you get to participate in the Lord's Leela as per your mood, and then you go back to Saket, you go back to Goloka, you go back to Vaikuntha. Amrit Prabhu.
Prabhu, I remember I asked you this question that in the spiritual world there is no Janma, there is no Viraha, like that. So,
I don't remember, but anyway, you are saying it.
My question is that if any jiva gets the apprenticeship and experiences that Vipralamba separation of the
In the
Lord,
material world or in the spiritual world?
in the material world, in Bhulok Golok, in Bhulok Vrindavan.
Yes. So what's the
So,
question? So he will go and participate in
will
Krishna
they,
Leela? Yeah.
yeah, so will they actually want to go to Golok? Because in Golok there is no, like, there is always, what do you call it?
Sambhoga, not
Yeah,
Viyoga. Yeah.
yeah.
That depends on the mood of the devotee, Prabhu, and that depends on Krishna. So now the devotee is completely eligible wherever Krishna wants that devotee to take birth, whether in Vaikuntha, in Goloka, or continue Mam Janmane Janmaneshware Bhavta Bhakti Rahti Gitaye. That's totally up to Krishna. So based on his Swarupa, Krishna will decide that. Whether this soul is my, Nitya Parshad, let's go back. Prabhupada, let's go back. Or maybe Prabhupada is doing some Leela somewhere. We don't know. I don't know at least. Maybe Prabhupada is Nitya Parshad of Krishna. That's of sure. But where he is right now, I don't have an answer. I think no one knows. But maybe Prabhupada is preaching somewhere in the material world. Maybe Prabhupada has gone back. That's up to Krishna and like that's his sort of area. If that makes sense, Prabhu.
Yes, okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so let's move forward to the next verse. Now, 817 was, I just wanted to show a little bit calculations, which is actually pretty easy, but sometimes people get confused. Okay, 818. Meera Mataji.
One second. अव्याक्तया सर्वा प्रभवन्ते अहर अगमे रात्रे अगमे प्रलयन्ते तत्र अवैक्यक्त.
It's avyakta. So vyakta Mataji and avyakta. So vyakta means manifestation, avyakta unmanifestation. So this is avyaktad and this is also avyakta. Same word, Mataji. So tatraiva avyakta sangyake.
Tatraiva avyakta samjnake.
Sangyake. Jnana. So jnana, sangyake. So sang is from Sankirtan, for example. Gya is from jnana.
Okay.
Sangyake. Yeah.
Okay. At the beginning of Brahma's day, all living entities become manifest from the unmanifest state, and thereafter, when the night falls, they are merged into the unmanifest again.
Thank you, Mataji. Keshav Prabhu, where are you? I can't. Okay, he's there. Prabhu, this is your answer in 8:18. So you were asking. So Krishna, avyakta. So vyakta refers to manifestation, or Hindi also there's a vyakti, person, or avyakta means unmanifest. So from unmanifest, vyaktavya sarve. So from unmanifest, what happens? They get manifest. So all the jivas, they stay in unmanifest form, Keshav Prabhu. Now, where is that airport? Don't ask me. Even Shastra doesn't mention that. And because if it mentions, it becomes a vyakta. It's in the subtle form. Jivas are accumulated in a room, for example. Just an example, Prabhuji. So from avyakta, sarva, everyone becomes vyakta. So all the living entities, conditioned living entities. Now here we have to say conditioned living entities. So there's a nitya mukta jiva, deciding the spiritual word nicely. But we are talking about this nitya baddha jivas. So prabhavanti ahar. Ahar refers to, who will know ahar meaning? Jaldi say. I just told in the previous verse. Ahar and Ratri, they're two things.
Ahoratra, like day and night.
Day and night. So ahar agme means when it comes. Ahar agme, when the daytime comes, what happens? From avyakta, they become vyakta. So when Brahma opens his eyes, so Brahma sleeps in the night. What else he will do? He will not watch movies or watch some reels, India-Pakistan match and all that. So he sleeps. And when he gets up, what happens? There's a lot of detail given in Srimad Bhagavatam, and you should read from Ayush Prabhu if you need more lightning on that. How does that happen? But Brahma wakes up from the sleep, and what happens to the jivas? Now, how does he start his day? We're not discussing that in Bhagavad Gita. That's in Bhagavatam. But what happens to the jivas? From avyakta state, from unmanifest state, they become into manifest state. That means visible to the eyes. Prabhavanti, they become aharagme. And Ratri agme, when Ratri comes, when the night time comes, praliyante, the praliyante happens. Who was asking about pralay? I forgot. Who was there? Huh? Someone
I
asked
asked about the, what happens with the pralay, but not sure. I
Okay.
think
Okay. Anyway,
Mataji,
so
I
pralay.
think. Kajal Mataji, maybe.
Kajal Mata or Kesha Prabhu. Pralay. We'll talk about pralay. The Ratri agme. When Ratri comes, pralay happens. Tatra avyakta sangyake, and they go back to unmanifest. So just give an example, a very mundane example. So some children are in one room, no one can see them. And when the lunch break comes, everyone comes out. Hey, there's so much noise in the school at the lunch time. Everyone just comes out. And when the lunch finishes, what happens, Yash Prabhu? They go back to the room. No noise. Is it making clear? Just a very mundane example. From avyakta, when the daytime comes, they become vyakta, and they perform, all the jivas perform the lila, they take millions of birth and blah, blah, blah for 1,000 Divya yugas. And when the night time of Brahma comes, they go back. Now, praliyante word, it's a very big word. Pralay or annihilation. Now in Bhagavatam 12th canto, there are 4 types of annihilations are described. I'll not go to detail here. I'll just stick on the Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita says there are 2 types of annihilations. One annihilation happens at the end of the life of Brahma, and one at the end of day of Brahma. So in the daytime, 12 hours of Brahma finishes, there's an annihilation. This is known as partial annihilation. Now that partial annihilation, what happens? The water rises up to 11 planetary systems and everything gets submerged into the water. But the top 3 planets still remains. What are the top 3 planets, Kajal Mata? Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka. The top 3 planetary systems. 11 gets submerged. Even Sargloka gets annihilated. What to speak of Prithviloka? All annihilated. That is every day when Brahma's day finishes. For 12 hours, they get submerged. And then they get manifest again when the Brahma's day comes. That's the partial annihilation. And full annihilation means the whole universe. Someone breathes in, Mahavishnu. Everyone goes into the body of Mahavishnu. Now, coming back to the question someone asked, so what happens to the jivas? So if the jiva, when Mahavishnu is suppose, taking all these jivas in his body, if some jivas are eligible in that to go back to Vaikuntha Loka, spiritual planets, they go back. Suppose he's annihilating, just giving one number here, 100 jivas. Out of that, 3 jivas were eligible, Kajal Mataji, to go back to Golok Vrindavan. So he'll only have 97 annihilated, 3 has already gone there. And next day, time of Brahmaji, next when universe appears, these 97 will come out. So he'll breathe in, he will breathe out. And whatever the eligible jivas, they go back up. So 3 goes up, 2 goes up, like that, if that makes sense. Is that okay? Just a mundane example. Putting numbers is pretty hard, but just for explanation purpose.
Prabhu, could you repeat that last part again?
So basically, Prabhu, if some jivas are eligible to go back to Godhead, they will go back to Godhead. So from 100 minus n number of jivas who are eligible to go back to Godhead. Rest everyone stays in the material world. Say 97 in this case, they stay in the material world. And what happens? They go into the body of Mahavishnu, they come out of the body of Mahavishnu. That keeps happening unless they become eligible. Is that okay, Aish Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu. I've also heard that the ones who are eligible, they go to Satyaloka, and then from Satyaloka they go back to Vaikuntha.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. If you are eligible, you can go from Prithviloka, from Sydney, from Radha Gopinath temple, straight back to Goloka. And there are examples of that. Or Prabhupada was asked once, will all your disciples go back to Godhead? Anyone knows the Prabhupada answer? I'll come back to you, Kajal Mata. Anyone knows what Prabhupada gave this answer? Amrit Prabhu, kahan hai hamare? Sushant Prabhu. Temple brahmacharis, you know.
I will take him or something like that.
No,
Said, I will
no,
take him. That person.
no. Prabhupada will not take you if you're not eligible. I'm sorry. He still loves
See
you.
for the back door.
No. Suppose I've done all the nonsense. I've gone to ISKCON 1 year. So what? So what? Or I followed ISKCON, not completely. There are some rare souls on this call. I can see they will go straight back to Goloka. But many of them. Prabhupada said most of them will go to Sargloka. This is Prabhupada's statement. Prabhupada is saying most of my disciples and followers will go to Sargloka. You know why? Prabhupada explained that. Prabhupada said because they have a lot of material desires. Anyone can say they don't have material desires. I can't say that. The person not raising hand, they all are pure devotees. I am not. Now few hands are coming up. Prabhupada said,
We have only 2 hands, Prabhu. That's why I didn't raise up.
at least show your desire. Prabhupada say most of them will go to Sargloka because they have a lot of desire. And Bhagavatam describes the 2 types of mukti, the Sadhya mukti and Krama mukti. So we are actually, most of us, I should not name any, in Krama mukti. Krama mukti, slow mukti. Although technically we can, because we have so many material desires, Krishna, Prakriti will still facilitate us. When we have no other desire except to achieve Krishna and serve Krishna, then we become eligible. Radhanath Maharaj said in one class, even if you have desire to go back to Vaikuntha, you cannot go back to Vaikuntha. Because you are the center point. You are saying, I am enough of this world. I want to go back to Godhead. That means you don't have a service mentality to Krishna. Right? You have getting rid of mentality because you are fed up with the material world. Makes sense? Huh? Because whenever I-centeredness is there, even the centeredness is, I want to go back to Vaikuntha because I'm fed up. Radhanath Maharaj said, you cannot go back. Now, it does not mean you should not have desire to go back to Vaikuntha. Prabhupada said, you should have desire to go back to Vaikuntha. But that should have means, I want to serve Krishna. Radheshyam Prabhu was giving a class and saying, if you arrive at the gate of Vaikuntha, they will ask you, Amrit Prabhu, what is your name? What do you respond? Suppose you arrive at Vaikuntha, Nanda Sunanda are there. Welcome, Amrit Prabhu. So who are you, my dear Prithvi Lok Nivasi Jiva? Amrit Prabhu, what are you going to respond?
Das Anudas.
Thank you. He is a devotee. And if he says Amrit Prabhu, so Nanda Sunanda will say, turn back, go back. So you have to say, I am a Das. Now, second question, Amrit Prabhu, they'll ask you, so what are you going to do here? Some sightseeing. देखना चाहते हैं वैकुंठा कैसा लगता है? Go back. You are not going to go to Vaikuntha for sightseeing. Huh? If you are sightseeing Vaikuntha, you can't go back to Vaikuntha. Third question they will ask you. So how long you want to spend? 7 days? 8 days? Some holidays. पृथ्वी लोक में कोरोना वायरस चल रहा है, some holidays के लिए. Go back. How long you want to live here? For eternity. What you want to do there? I want to serve Lord Vishnu or Krishna and the devotees. My name is my Guru Das. These are the 3 questions will be asked. So note it down. Not for Bhakti Shastri exam. So take a chit, you know. When Nanda Sunanda is carrying you. One devotee just went to Goloka recently and everyone was talking about it. You know, this devotee, our dear Jambati Mataji, she was a very good book distributor. And we were joking when she was here with us. Mataji has such a passion for book distribution. that I said to her one day, Mataji, when you're going back in the Goloka plane, you'll ask Nanda Sunanda Bhagavad Gita hai? She will even ask the Lord's associates, do you have Bhagavad Gita? If not, I can give you one. She had such a passion for this seva, book distribution. Very wonderful devotee. I'm sure she is in Golok Vrindavan right now. So these questions will be asked. So we can't say, my name is Hemant Tiwari from Sydney. I'm here to sightsee. Just stay for 7-10 days. Yeah, that won't work. So unless that mentality is achieved, we'll not be able to get the entry in there. Okay, Kajal Mata.
Prabhuji, just a question. So, like you said that during the night time of Brahmaji, there is annihilation happening, partial annihilation happening.
Yes.
Uh,
Water
so,
annihilation.
Yes. So, Prabhuji, like when we were discussing earlier about when we went through all that calculation, you said that 12 hours in the night is also equal to yugas.
Yep,
the different.
absolutely. Yep.
So, if annihilation is happening, how are the yugas still going there?
Yes, that timeline is given, Mata. The timeline. Suppose, just putting a number here, 100 years. So 100 years day, 100 years nights. 100-year night, nothing is happening except in 3 top planetary systems. They are still doing tapasya. Tapalokas, everyone doing tapasya. Their tapasya continues. And if you are eligible, it says in Shastra, if you are eligible, you can actually transfer yourself, says, from Sargloka to Janaloka or Tapaloka. If you are eligible, suppose you have yogic power, because you know annihilation is going to happen. Suppose you have money. If you are in, I don't know, some third world country. Ayush Prabhu, name one third world country, some poor country. I don't know who take the blame. Huh?
Zambia.
Zambia, okay. See, I just want to give the blame to Ayush Prabhu, that's all. So you are in Zambia and you have, I don't know, $10,000 Kajal Mataji will you. And Zambia is going to get into trouble. What you will do? Take a flight, get out. Isn't it? But only if you have money. But if you don't have money, what? You go and die. A bomb will come and Hare Krishna. But if you have money, what you will do? I will run out. Bangladesh, Takta Palat, get out. This is what happens. But you have to have money. So if you have enough eligibility, even if you are in one of the lower planetary system, you can actually transfer to the higher. Because the water annihilation is going to come. So that needs power, yogic power, tapasya power. Is that clear now? For 100 years, the annihilation will be there. That time period, that 1000 Yugas time period. No, Yugas are not happening, but it's just annihilation, that time period, the clock, you can say. And then when it comes down, Brahmaji will wake up automatically. He doesn't need an alarm clock. He's not like, chalo Mangla Aarti ka time ho gaya, auto. He will wake up on time. He has that biological alarm clock. And he will start his day. He will pray to Narayan. Narayan will come. He will do a shake hand. He will do Gyan. And then he will start his day again. And night will come again. Same routine. We all going to work. Brahmaji also doing work. He's doing a lot of work actually. Is that okay?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Prabhuji.
Okay. Keshav Prabhu.
Prabhu, will the Buddha Jiva during this, the inhalation period, the night time, whatever we say, right?
Avyakta.
Yes, during the Abhyakta time, will the Jiva will still feel the pain or pleasure, whatever it is?
No, nothing. They're sleeping. They're sleeping state, completely in dream state, Prabhu. That's why they call avyakta. There is no gross thing happening. No gross things happening. They're just sleeping. But only one thing is, suppose you slept with a debt, Keshav Prabhu, for example. You took $100 from Amrit Prabhu and you slept. You wake up next day and Amrit Prabhu says, where is my $100? You say, kaunsa $100? What $100 you're talking about? Will Amrit Prabhu be happy? No, you still have a debt. You understand? When Brahma is sleeping or you are sleeping, you're dead. Debt means your man, buddhi, ahankar, all the negative karmas stay with you. The debt doesn't get annihilated. Only your body gets annihilated. Debt still remains. So if you have a mentality of a Rakshasa, not that you are a very nice devotee, the mentality still maintains when you wake up. So you get a similar body next day. If another person has a nice mentality, he will get a Devata body. It's very simple. So your debt still remains with you. Or your positive qualities, negative qualities stays with you. So when Brahma wakes up next day, you'll get a suitable body. You want a body of a bird, you'll become a bird. Or aquatic. Or a Devata or a Pakshi, whatever. Is that okay?
How many people from IT here, but like a snapshot, whatever the state we have, we
Exactly.
start with the same.
The snapshot or 6 p.m. and then next day job starts again. Very good. Thank you, Keshav Prabhu. Okay, Kajal Mata, last question. I'm still on the second verse today. I thought today I'll complete 8th chapter. You guys have nice questions. Okay, Kajal Mata.
Sorry, Prabhuji, that was
No
my
problem.
previous hand.
All good. Go for it.
Sorry, Prabhuji, it was just the previous hand. I forgot to lower the hand.
Okay, no problem. Okay, all good. I'm out of the slope. Questions. I love questions, but you just want to go forward. Okay, so this verse is very clear, 8:18. So when the daytime comes, all the jivas become from avyakta to vyakta, unmanifest to manifest. Night time comes, they all goes to unmanifested again. Okay, 8:19. This is very nice. This is also talking about the pralay. Who wants to do? Anyone? सब सोच रहे हैं कृष्ण वल्लभा माता
Sorry, Prabhu.
All good. Why sorry?
भूतग्राम स एवायं भूत्वा भूत्वा प्रलीयते रात्रि आगमे वशापार्था प्रभवति अहर आगमे. Again and again, when Brahma's day arrives, all living entities come into being, and with the arrival of Brahma's night, they are helplessly annihilated.
Thank you, Mataji. So Bhuta Gramam. Actually, if you see 8:18, I'll just put it on the screen. So 8:18, what it says, and 8:19, they're both saying the same thing except one thing. So here, what it's saying, all living entity become from unmanifest to manifest, manifest to unmanifest. Now the second one, 8:19, sorry, it's here. 8:19 saying, when Brahma days arrives, all living beings come into being, and with the arrival of night, they helplessly annihilated. So what's the difference between 8:18 and 8:19? One thing is, same thing is repeated twice. That means this is what happens. But let's see, two words are different. One is most important. In the third line, Ratri Agme, when the night comes, which we know, Avasha. So this word is Avasha Partha. So the point Krishna is trying to make here, this is not something which you can control. Avasha means helplessly, you have no control over. Although you may want to continue your existence in the material world, you have no Shakti, you have no power, you have no capability that you can stop this annihilation. So Ratri Agme Avasha Partha. And how many living entities get annihilated? Let's read the first word here. Bhut Grama. So Bhuta refers to, who knows the word Bhut? Ghost? Bhut, Pret, Pishach?
Living entity.
Living entity. Now, Bhut is also of multiple types. We'll talk about it probably in 15th or 18th chapter. Anyway, we'll see. I don't explain what Bhuta today. So, Bhuta, just take a simple meaning today. Living entity. Grama. Grama refers to not Gaon, not a village. Gram refers to the aggregate. Samuha. So, all the living entities. Now, again, we are talking about this conditions over here. All the Bhut Grama, all the aggregate of living entities, the group of living entities, the whole bundle, not even one can come out of it. What happens? Avashaha. Avashaha. Avashaha word is helpless. So we see nature's force is very, very, very strong. Human may think I have this power, that power. When the nature force comes, when one tsunami comes, a big city, like Mumbai or even Sydney or Melbourne, in one tsunami, what will happen to that, Keshav Prabhu? After 2 minutes of tsunami, complete wipeout, complete wipeout. I heard in a class, Saraswati River, which is not manifested at this stage, at least to our human eyes, used to pass through from Rajasthan hundreds of years ago. But slowly, in the course of time, Saraswati River changed the course, and whole Rajasthan area, which was completely green land, became a desert land. Just because of one nadi, one river, changed the flow. He just changed the route for whatever reasons. So Prakriti force is very, very strong. So when this water annihilation comes, for example, the partial annihilation, which you are referring in the context of Bhagavad Gita, no living entity can say, okay, not me, मैं नहीं जाऊंगा. Amrit Prabhu, I'll give you $10 billion. मुझे बचा लो. Amrit Prabhu said, first you save me, then I'll save you. घूस नहीं चलेगी. No bribery you can do. to some dutas there. So helpless word. So this is where we have to bow down to material nature. Keshav Maharaj was saying in one class, everyone has to bow down. Everyone has to bow down. We may believe it or no. Sometimes we bow down voluntarily, sometimes we bow down involuntarily. And as you said in the previous classes, when the death comes, we have to bow down to death. We cannot say no to death. बाद में आना भी time नहीं है. Come late, come tomorrow, come after 1 year. I'm very busy. No, when death comes, yamasya karuna nasti. Yamaraj has no karuna. So this Prakriti follows the cycle. So whenever the night comes, there's nothing which can stop that, unless you have gone back. So Prabhupada writes, but those intelligent persons who take up to Krishna consciousness use the human life fully in the devotion service of the Lord, chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Thus they transfer themselves, even this life, to the spiritual planet of Krishna and become eternally blissful. They are not being subject to such rebirths. Prabhupada again and again bringing the same point. Go back to Godhead, go back to Godhead. Otherwise, you will not be able to save yourself. It's not possible. Okay, 20. That's a beautiful verse. Now Krishna from 20th verse start expanding. So he is explaining about this material world now. Now he's going to start explaining about the spiritual world. Who wants to read? Beautiful verse. Anyone? Sridhar Srinivas Prabhuji, you want to read?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Parastasmatu bhavanyo avyakto avyakta sanatanaha yasha sarveshu bhuteshu nashyatus na vinashyate. Translation: yet there is another manifest nature, which is the eternal and is transcendental to this manifested and unmanifested matter. It is a supreme and is never annihilated. When all in this world is annihilated, that part remains as it is.
Thank you, Prabhuji. So paraha and apara. Who can say the meaning quickly? Para and apara. I've discussed it many times.
Good energy, bad energy, superior, inferior.
Apara is yes, okay.
Apara bada hai ki para bada hai?
Para is definitely.
Apara, chota. This one, this is apara energy, inferior energy. Para is higher. So para also refers to transcendental. So Prabhupada writes, para is transcendental. So paraha tasmatu. Tu. Who can say the meaning of? Shashank Prabhu, tu. Not tu, not you. Tu.
Kintu parantu.
No. Tu. Oh, sorry. Yes. Thank you, Prabhu. Tu is but. Thank you. Tu mane but. Kintu parantu. Thank you. You know Shuddha Hindi. So paraha tasmat. Tasmat. Who can say a verse which starts with word tasmat? Amrit Prabhu. Padak se.
Tasmat sarvesu kalesu.
Arey Baba, aap Amrit Prabhu hai. Anyway, Prabhu. Keshav Prabhu is a whole encyclopedia.
No, Prabhu.
He came on the picnic and he was giving verses, says left, right, center. Very beautiful, Prabhuji. We should learn from you. Anyway, Tasmat Sarveshu Kaleshu. Number? Keshav Prabhu.
Number cannot remember, Prabhu. That is my
Number
problem.
Amrit Prabhu, can you help?
I don't know, Prabhu.
Ayush Prabhu. Number?
Bro, I don't know the slok only. What is
Okay. Who can tell me the number? Don't look at Bhagavad Gita, just tell me the number.
8.7, Prabhu.
8.7. Thank you, Acharya Prabhu. Not Bachali. Tasmat Sarveshu Kaleshu. Mam Anusmari Dicha. It's a very, very famous verse. After 8.5 and 8.6. Anyway, so paras tasmatu bhava anya. So this, if you break the word, bhava refers to nature. Bhava refers to emotion. Bhava also refers to nature. Bhava sagar, we call it about bhava sagar. That's the nature. Bhava anya. Anya refers to there is another nature. But what is that nature? Paraha. That nature is transcendental. Which is transcendental, which is beyond what? Vyakta, vyaktat, sanatana. And that nature is sanatan. That is nature is sanatan. And that nature itself, to the human eyes, I should rather say material conditioned eyes, it is avyakta. We cannot see from these naked eyes the spiritual planet. We cannot see the spiritual beings because Krishna's one name is Adhokshaja. Anyone can say the verse from Bhagavatam which has the word Adhokshaje? Okay, I already said that. Someone. Sanjay Prabhu.
Save pumsam paro dharma yato bhaktiratokshaje ahitoki apratahitaya suprasidit.
Number, please.
1.2 point something.
Come on. Who can tell you the number? 6. 1 to 6. Adhokshaj. So Adhokshaj word is used there. So Aksha. Aksha refers to eyes. That is beyond the Aksha, beyond the eyes. We cannot see from this mundane eyes. If you want to see Krishna, Brahma Samhita says, what's the qualification to see Krishna? Premanjana chureda bhakti vilochanena santah sadaiva hidayeshu vilokyanti yam sham sundara chindi guna sarupam govindam adi purusham tamham bhajami. So that nature is avyakta, that nature is sanatana. Yah sa sarveshu bhuteshu. So in this nature what happens? Sarveshu bhuteshu, all the bhuva nashyassu. Nashyassu means vinash ho jata hai, destroyed. They all get destroyed. Na vinashyati, that nature, that bhavonyo, that sanatan nature, that avyakta nature, para nature, transcendental nature, na vinashyati. So the clear indication of the spiritual planets are given in this particular verse 820. Krishna is clearly saying there's an anya nature which is avyakta, unmanifest. Now this is unmanifest, again I'm putting to our eyes. Not when the Golok Nivasis, they're talking to each other, they're seeing each other, they're playing with each other, they're eating with each other, but to our eyes, because our eyes don't have that eligibility, it is avyakta. That nature is sanatan. Is our nature sanatan? We just read in the previous verses, bhutva praliyate, again and again this pralaya is happening. Our nature is not sanatan. Our nature sometimes vyakta, sometimes avyakta, but that is always avyakta, again to our eyes. And when we all get destroyed with partial annihilation or full annihilation means fire annihilation. Partial means water annihilation. So whether it's full or partial, we get destroyed. Na vinashati, that nature does not get destroyed. So Krishna clearly indicating about its abode. Now we continue to expand on that. 821. Who wants to read? Anyone? Anju Mata?
अव्यक्तोऽक्षर इति उक्तस्तं तमहु परमं गतिं यं प्राप्य न निवर्तन्ते तद्धाम परमं मम. That which the Vedantists describe as unmanifest and infallible, that which is known as the supreme destination, that place from which, having attained it, one never returns, that is my supreme abode.
Thank you, Mataji. So avyakta, what is the nature of that? Avyakta, that is unmanifest. Akshara, what does akshara mean? So shara and akshara. Shara means one which falls down. Akshara does not fall down. So our nature, this material world, falls down. This keeps changing. That akshara, that transcendental nature does not change. That is akshara. Iti uktas. Tam ahu paramam gatim. That paramam gatim, which I spoke, ahu means to say, paramam gatim, that supreme destination is avyakta and akshara. Two qualifications Krishna is giving. Yam prape, third one. Yam prape, if you achieve that, na nivartante. Nivartante means again and again. Na nivartante, you will not achieve this one. Tadham paramam mama. And now Krishna is using the word mama. So that dham is not some third party's abode. I'm not talking about third party's house. That is my house, my abode. And if you reach to my abode, yam prape na nivartante, you will not come back. Any other similar verse in Bhagavad Gita? Anyone? Shashank Prabhu? On these two lines, I actually said it already.
Yad gatvana nivartante tadhama paramam.
Thank you, Krishna Alava Mataji. Very nice. Do you know the number, Mata? Very honest. Who can tell me the number? Yad gatvana nivartante tadhama paramam. Chapter. Okay, tell me the chapter.
18.
अभी पुरुषोत्तम मास आया था. Everyone was reading it every day.
Oh, 15.
What 18th? 15th.
15,
Purushottam
15.
Yoga. That is 15th chapter. Verse number 6. Yad gatva na nivartante. Very, very famous verse. But it's a similar line. Yam prape na nivartante or yam gatva na nivartante. Similar thing. So 821, 15.6, half verse is common. Okay. Is it clear? So there's qualification of the dham is given. Avyakta, it is akshara. And what I will achieve, suppose if I or jiva achieves, yam prape na nivartante, you will not come. And the last important word is mama. So Krishna is saying, openly saying to Arjuna, here, that dham is mine. Now, sometimes, Krishna in Bhagavad Gita talking from a third party perspective, that Purusha, that dham. But here he's saying, that dham is mine, that house is mine. So Krishna is clearly saying, I am the owner of that dham. That dham is me. Just read one more verse and then maybe you stop. This is the last verse in this series. Okay, who wants to read? Last one. Anyone? Acharya Prabhuji?
Yes.
Okay, Anand Prabhu, go for it. Anand Prabhu was first.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Purushasa parapartha bhaktya labhyas tab annaya yasyantaha sthani bhutani yena sarvam idam tatam. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is greater than all, is attainable by unalloyed devotion. Although he is present in his abode, he is all-pervading and everything is situated within him.
Thank you, Prabhu. I'll just open 821. We'll connect it together. So 821. What is the main thing in 821? Yam prapina nivartante. Huh? That sounds very nice. Once you go there, you don't come back. Now, there are more qualities than that, but okay, let's take one quality. Now, question Amrit Prabhu may ask, how do I get PR up there? PR kaise milega? I have a question, Prabhu. Amrit Prabhu may not have the question. How do you get PR of Vaikuntha? Huh? Yes, Prabhu, valid question? Yes, Prabhu is already thinking about Vaikuntha Loka. He's already there. Okay, so the qualification to achieve that Loka is given in 8.2. So qualification of the Loka given in 821. Qualification to achieve that Loka. What are the visa requirements? Yes, Prabhu. What are the documents you have to submit along with your application? What are the documentation you have to submit? Bhaktya. Bhaktya labhyastu ananya. Which sort of bhakti? The product bhakti is also mixed bhakti is possible. Pradhani bhut bhakti is possible. Guna bhut bhakti is possible. Which bhakti Krishna is talking here? Ananya bhakti. Ananya word is used in Bhagavad Gita many places. So Anya refers to other. Ananya means no other. Exclusive to David Jones only. They write it. This brand only you will find in David Jones. So this brand of Yam Prapina Nivartante only will find in Vaikuntha Loka. Not in America, not in Italy, not in Australia. This brand doesn't exist in the material world. That brand only belongs exclusive to Vaikuntha. That is only in Vaikuntha, which includes Goloka and everything else. So Purusha Sapara Partha, if you want to achieve that Loka, Bhaktya Labhyastva Ananya. So if you have Ananya Bhakti, exclusive devotion, unmotivated, uninterrupted devotion, then you can achieve that dham. Now the last two lines are very interesting. I'll try to expand a little bit, not much. Yasya. Now Yasya is talking about that Purusha who's the owner of that dham, which is Krishna. Yasya Antaha Isthani. Antaha Isthani means unke andar. In him. Bhutani. All the jivas are within Krishna. Is it right or wrong? Keshav Prabhu, is it right? Yasya,
Yes, Prabhu.
Krishna's
Yes.
Antasthani, unke andar, Bhutani, all Bhutas are there in Krishna's. Is that right?
Yes.
Right? That's what
Yes.
line says. Is it very clear? Very simple Hindi, huh? Simple Sanskrit or Hindi. Yasya Antasthani, unke andar, Bhutani. The jivas are there. Yena sarvam idam tatam. So everything is in him and he is in everything. Now, is this a contradictory statement? Is it a contradictory statement? No, it's not. Now, it can be understood from multiple ways. One of the ways to understand this is, now in the material existence, how many Purusha avatars are there? Who's going to tell today? Preeti Mata. Okay, I think she's walking somewhere. Who has not spoken today? Salan Prabhu. Okay, anyone else on my screen?
Three.
Three. Okay, Pakka. Tell me the names.
Karnataksha Vishnu, Shirataksha Vishnu, Garbhadaksha Vishnu. Sorry, not in that order, but
Yeah. If you take in order, so if I say all the jivas are situated in the body of Mahavishnu, is that right? Yes or no? Yes, because Mahavishnu
Yes.
has everything. Yeah, because in his body, everything comes out from his body only. So we are all situated in him. Yasya anta sthani bhutani. Is it right from Mahavishnu's perspective? Yes. Now, he is in everything. That has to be Shirodakashai Vishnu. That Paramatma. the Paramatma, the super soul, exists in every single kern. And not only that, Brahmaji says in Brahma Samhita, he not only exists in the two different atoms, he also exists in the space between two atoms. What is the one definition of Vishnu is Sarve Vishati iti Vishnu. Sarve Vishati. There's no place where Vishnu does not exist. Is there any place? Anyone knows any place where Lord Vishnu does not exist? It's not possible. It's not possible. So everyone is in him and he is in everything. Is it right? Both his statements are right? Both his statements. It's just a different manifestation we have to see. So Krishna is such a personality who has everything in him and he is in everything. Mother Yashoda looking the Brahmanda in the mouth of baby Krishna. What does Mother Yashoda see? She sees all the Brahmandas. He sees our universe. She also sees Vrindavan. She sees herself in the mouth of Krishna with the chadi, and she's looking at Krishna. And within that also Krishna exists. Mother Yashoda exists. She gets completely bewildered. Oh my God. She thinks I'm being engaged by some ghost or something. And she says, Hey Bhagwan, hey Narayan, please protect me. Huh? So, but what she saw was true or not true? It is true. Krishna is holding all the Brahmandas, all the existence in his mouth. And Krishna exists within that as well. How does it possible? So one person was giving an example. Suppose you're traveling in a car from place A to place B, and you are inside the car. So when I say you are inside the car, that's fine. But while you are in the car, because we are limited, so this example is also limited, but just to understand the principle. But you may think about the whole city. So in your mind, who's residing? Whole city. And in that city, your car is also there. Isn't it? So you are in the car, but car is in you as well. Now, in our case, it's not possible because we are limited jivas, but in Krishna's case, it's possible because Krishna manifests differently for different purposes. Huh? So, yes, antasthani bhutani yena sarvam idam tatam. So, all the bhutas are in him and he is in everything. Both lines are correct. And we'll also read the expansion of this in 9.4 when we get there. Okay, it's 9:08. Let's stop there. I just wanted to finish that section at least today. Now, in the last section, 23 to 28, we'll talk about different types of yogis, whether it's karma yogi or jnana yogi or bhakti yogis. How do they leave body so that they do not come back, or if they come back, what are the conditions for that? Okay, we'll stop there. Any quick questions, if there's any? I know we had a lot of question and answer, which is good actually. Question and answer shows that you are understanding the topic. At least I hope you're understanding the topic. Okay, if not, thank you everyone. Yash Prabhuji, you have any announcements? Okay, all good. Yash Prabhu. Okay, so we'll see you all and